Okay, so I first found ZenCleanz, I think it was 2020, and it was a post that Alexandra Cousins had put up, and something just sparked it. I think it was because it was one day, quite lazy. So I did the 1 day cleanse. I didn't really know what was going on with it, but I did definitely feel that it cleared habits of eating certain foods. You know, I didn't crave any chocolate or any kind of junky food for a while afterwards. And I thought I had an all right diet. You know, I wasn't eating regular processed food, but I still did eat some. You know, and I didn't have any desire for chocolate for a while, and that's the thing that I noticed. And I felt clear and bright, and it was really easy to do as well. It wasn't difficult to down the packets. I mean, by the end of the 10th packet, I'd had enough of it. You know, there's no time for eating or drinking or thinking about anything else when you're doing the cleanse. But I didn't find it difficult at all. I found it really easy. And then I didn't have any more ZenCleanz until last year, and I did the flow kit because I had a lot of tooth infections, and again, I didn't really read it properly. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just thought, oh, that sounds like something I need, and I read the description of the flow. But when I look at everything else, I think I need that too, because I probably do. But I didn't really understand the order of things, so I got the flow kit and I did it during the summer in the only hot week that we had in Scotland. And I was boiling every day. It's kind of weird. It wore off a little bit towards the end, but the first day my whole face was like a beetroot, and yeah, I was really, really hot, and I wondered what was going on. But thankfully, the support groups, I could refer back to them and see that was a common thing. So I felt all right about it, and just made sure I drank enough water for the rest of the flow week. And then I did the Earth bundle. Yeah, so that was amazing. It was the best because I really immersed myself in it, and I studied as much as I could about the enzymes beforehand, and I read a lot of the posts in the support groups and on the Telegram group and in the Facebook group. And so I had more of an understanding of what I was going in for. I mean, I've done a few different cleanses. I've done the Arise and Shine, I've done juice cleanses, you know, month-long juice cleanses, and I've done Ayurvedic cleanses. But the Ayurvedic ones were really good, but they weren't anything like the ZenCleanz. And so when I did the Earth bundle, I in the September, I did it in December, and in September I had lots of emotional stuff going on that just brought stuff up in me that I realised wasn't who I am and wasn't true, you know, feeling of not being good enough or people not thinking I'm good enough. And then I realised it was me that thought I wasn't good enough. And that wasn't true, you know, and that I was holding this in my body and storing it in my belly, because I always had issues with having a big belly, you know, and I've got slim arms and legs, and I knew that it was toxicity, but I didn't know how to get rid of it. I tried so many different things, and so I kind of just gave up, surrendered to it. But it was when I had this emotional thing going on in September, and I thought, oh my God, I have to get this out of my body. This is not who I am. This is other people's projections or things that I've taken on board from the media or whatever, you know. And I just knew that I had to get it out of my body. And then I remembered about ZenCleanz, and I thought, oh, that's what I need to do. It's like, I don't know, there's some magic in ZenCleanz, you know, it's got its own consciousness, and I just feel so happy that I found it and or became on the same frequency as it. I'm just so glad of it. So then when I did the ZenCleanz, I was fully ready for it because I knew that I was letting go of all this stuff. And the first day of the one cleanse, because in the Earth bundle I had the rainbow kit and then other enzymes and to keep me going throughout the month. So the first week I did the rainbow kit, and I felt really different on the second bowel cleanse I did, because the first cleanse I did, it was no bother at all. The second one I felt really nauseous. Not all throughout it, but on the last two packets there, I just couldn't take them. And then the next day I felt nauseous, but it wasn't continual. It wasn't all day I felt sick. It just came in waves. So the enzymes did their thing, ready to release, and then I was fine after that. I just had to keep taking little granny naps every now and again. and because I knew what was going on, that I was releasing all this stuff, I was so happy. And even though I had moments of nausea and feeling tired, I still felt really happy and robust in lots of other ways.
About that.
Well, the Rise and Shine, I was really sick of taking the liquid in the psyllium husk, and I mean, I did release a lot of mucus and stuff, but it just felt more kind of, I was going to use the word violent, but I don't think it was violent, although it did feel a bit violent, the amount of mucus that came out of me. But I was really sick of the apple, and right away after the cleanse, I was like a monster, just eating all this stuff, you know. So it didn't actually deal with anything properly. Where the ZenCleanz feels a bit like there's just this gentle vibration of, it feels really loving, and I know that sounds crazy because it's food, but it feels really loving, the ZenCleanz. I feel really taken care of, and I really trust that they're doing the best for me. You know, I feel like I'm part of something bigger with the ZenCleanz, with these enzymes, little fairies. So the things that I noticed the most with when I did the cleanse was first of all, how much junk was in my liver when I did the liver cleanse. Because I had tried for many years to figure out why I had this extra weight in my belly, and it was emotional as well. You know, I knew it was an emotional thing too, but I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't figure out what was causing it. It didn't matter what I ate or what I didn't eat. And when I did the ZenCleanz, the liver part of the rainbow, and I saw all the stuff that came out of my liver, I just felt so bad for my liver, you know. And so I lost a lot of weight. I lost 12 kilos in 3 weeks, and it was all just junk that I lost. And I felt really vibrant and clear, good. Yeah, just feeling more like myself than I had for a long time, consistently. And I noticed that I had quite a lot of frustration in me as well when I was doing 3 liver cleanses and the birth bundle. And there's a lot of frustrating moments that I was aware of, but I just knew that was shifting through me, and it was fine, you know. I noticed that when I finished, my tongue and my gums were much pinker, and little twinges that I had in my body, little bits of tension were softened, and my palate totally changed. I didn't want to eat the same foods anymore. I didn't want to eat nearly as much as I had eaten before. But now when I look at certain foods, I feel the vibration of them, and I won't eat them unless it's something that I feel that my body wants. And well, saying that, I do sometimes still eat chocolate, but I don't know what that's about. But I won't eat, I don't know, you call them potato chips, I won't eat crisps anymore, because I just think, I'm not doing that to my liver, I'm not putting my body through that. What's the point? Just for a momentary little salty crispy thing. I just make more time and make food that satisfies that salty as a desire, really, isn't it? Anyway, I don't feel as much of a slave as I was before. I feel more in harmony with my body, and I feel more assertive and more sure of who I am, you know, because I'm more connected to that part of me that I really am. Yeah, it's a joyous thing, and I'm taking lots of different enzymes now. I've got lots of liquids, so I think I've tried them all now, and I'm going through a mycelia phase. I just love it. Yeah, it's interesting because I never thought I would want to drink fermented mushrooms, but they're so delicious. And I noticed that I have really great sleeps when I have the mycelia. I sleep really deeply. And the chi really helps me if I'm feeling anxious or a bit stressed or a bit kind of all over the place. And I take the chi and I just feel more centered. So it's really interesting to explore what the different enzymes do emotionally. Cleanse. The second cleanse I did at Christmas time. I just fasted on water and I've never done that before, but I found it really easy because, well, one, because I had a bit of nausea for the first few days, but after that, once I'd got over the first few days, I just kept going because it was easy to be supported by the enzymes and to also feel that lightness in my body and know that whatever was happening was happening to help support my body and clean it and repair it, and it just felt really empowering to do that. So I can't remember why I was saying that. Yeah, so that's it. That was what I was saying. So, and I haven't put any of that junk back on again. You know, it was all just waste that I lost. It was old stuff from 1977. So, I mean, I think a lot of people when they do fasts or cleanses, they maybe put weight back on again because they go back to their old habits. But I never did, and yeah, I don't feel like I ever will again. I feel changed from it.
Good for you.
Oh, I'm excited too. I'm so happy that I've found them. I feel like I've been searching my whole life for something. I didn't even know it was that this is what I was searching for, but I feel like this is what I've been looking for for my physical body, but also how it affects every other part of me. So, Mom, the ZenCleanz!